It's a new year for women's soccer in Brooklyn. The Gainbridge Super League opening night. Brooklyn FC and Tampa Bay Sun here this evening alongside the former collegiate star Jade Barquette. Michael Watring with you here this evening. Great to have you on board as we look at these two teams last year and their resumes. Brooklyn just missing out of the playoffs. They were the best team in the league for a good chunk of the season, but they finished with just one win in their final 13. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay up and down at times during last season, but they caught fire in the end. 8 wins in their final 10 matches, and it all ended on the home pitch with a trophy. Tampa Bay Sun winning the title, Jade. It was an exciting one against Fort Lauderdale United, ending up 1-0.
A great battle between these two Florida teams. It took longer than 90 minutes to decide the winner of this one. And City Nacello in extra time finds Flo in the box and wins the 2025 championship, the first season of this league. And when we talked to Coach Denise Schulte-Brown about this, she said it was such an exhilarating experience lifting that trophy with the team on their home pitch. And what a great way to start off this league.
A celebration for Tampa Bay, and that is what Brooklyn is trying to get back to. They were a thorn in the side of Tampa last season. 2 wins, 2 draws. The Sun have never beaten this Brooklyn side.
So interesting, Michael, when you see this statistic. Tampa so good at goal scoring, but this Brooklyn team holding them to only 4 goals against when they did play. So going to be an interesting one here tonight to see if Brooklyn can keep that stat up.
It's a refreshed roster this year for Brooklyn, but they bring back their leading goal scorer from last year in the 23-year-old Jess Garziato.
Brooklyn definitely going to be looking to her to keep up that offensive effort this season. She's one of the few players that are returning for this Brooklyn squad, and she's going to need to come out on fire tonight against this Tampa defense.
For the Sun, it was the MVP of the championship last year, Sydney Nacello. She's been scoring goals for a long time. She's a chance creator, and she leads the team into action tonight.
Coach Brown wanting her to start off a little bit earlier this season scoring goals, saying it took a little bit longer for her to work into the season last year. She's always so great about making those goal-scoring opportunities happen for her, and the MVP of the final is going to come back into this season with a chip on her shoulder.
The new year is upon us. Will Tampa Bay get the elusive first win against Brooklyn here this evening? Or do Brooklyn start the year strong? Starting 11s and the opening kick are next.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gainbridge, great at assists for your savings.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
Hearts. No two beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
71 days after lifting the trophy, Tampa Bay are back in action as they travel to Coney Island to take on Brooklyn FC here this evening. Michael Watring, Jade Barquette, and our team back with you as we set the stage for this matchup in Brooklyn. It'll be a 4-3-3 this evening to kickstart the action. We know about Garziano, but there's a lot of newcomers to this roster.
So many new faces. A lot of the players that were brought in are from overseas with a lot of experience, looking to be plugged in immediately and make an impact for Brooklyn.
Brooklyn under the tutelage of first-year coach Tomas Tengarhinha here this evening. His first match with the group this evening. And Tampa Bay's starting lineup looks like this, and a lot of the usual suspects out there. But how about Mackenzie Pluck? She starts against the team that she was on last year.
And back on the pitch that she used to play on. Very welcoming home for her, for this Tampa Bay squad. They're going to look to get on the front foot offensively first, but that back line in that three-back going to stay connected for the attack from Brooklyn.
It's a windy day as you take a look at Denise Schulte-Brown, her second season after winning trophies at the University of South Florida. Year one finishes with some hardware for the Tampa Bay Sun. And a windy evening, and there's Tomas Tengarhinha, coached in Portugal and was appointed the head man here in Brooklyn on August 5th. So it has been a tight turnaround for him to get ready for this matchup here this evening. He said that he's here to win, and that is the goal for this Brooklyn side. Opening last year with 12 unbeaten out of the first 15. Tampa Bay dons the yellow kits this evening. Brooklyn are out in the black kits, and these two teams clash for the 5th time. And the Gainbridge Super League is underway. First match of the season kicks off. It's Brooklyn and Tampa. Great to have you with us here this evening. Brooklyn has never won on this field. They first played here in March 15th. They have 3 losses, 4 draws on this field. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay last year, they were great at home. They were solid on the road. 18 points on the road a year ago. Jade, what are you looking forward to out of this match?
I'm looking to see some really good soccer. The first game of season 2 of this league. Sure, there might be some nerves for players coming in, the anxiousness of getting started once again, but like you said, the turnaround is so quick. So I'm sure for these players, it's just getting back into the groove of the game. I'm really excited to see some goals as well. I think there's going to be some fast action in this game.
Jamona lifts that down the park. Knocked around. Listro, the captain, recovers. Pushes this forward. Here's Jordan Zaid. Zaid crosses off of reflection. It's Brianna Norris picking it up, the 22-year-old. Grew up in Boise, Idaho. Went to school at Portland, and we know how good that program has been over the years. She set the program record for both saves and shutouts. Pressure right up the gut. Would have been a giveaway if somebody's there, and ultimately it does fall to Listro. How about this early intensity? Elgin, Jamona. Hefty on that touch. Brooklyn break out of there. Long ball across the field. Sends forward Sophia Lewis. Lewis dodges past the first. Bends the second ball off of a defender as it rolls out. Pretty good start to this one. Really high tempo.
You can see the two styles for each team. Tampa looking to press on the front foot early, and then Brooklyn looking for that transition ball, wanting to attack that wing side of Tampa, maybe getting them off guard on the counterattack.
Listro. Off the pitch it goes. Tankersley splits 2. She's basically going 1v5 as she waits for reinforcements. Well, this year number 2 of this league. Last year, nobody really knew how the season might play out. Zimmerman chases this ball down for Brooklyn. Ricochets it off of Elgin, gets it back, stumbles, gets enough on it to get it over to Loving. Loving sends it across, and it's swept away. Nacello is there to get to that ball. She gets shoved to the deck. And that is something for Sydney Nacello. She said that she's not typically super tuned in defensively, but was here.
Brooklyn again attacking early. doing the work on the ground and then slipping this ball right through the defense of Tampa. A great call by their back line to just clear it out, but Brooklyn wanting to press again here on this near side.
Nasello getting tugged, yanked, and a foul is whistled. This is definitely a great place for Tampa to start its season, considering the time of the year that it is down in Florida. Typically super warm, and sometimes you deal with weather as well. Sporting Jax's first ever match that gets started here shortly might be under a weather advisement with rain throughout the Florida area. Nasello prepares for a throw. It's the return feed. Now Emerson Elgin steps forward, a national champion last year at the University of North Carolina. Seems like every couple of years the Tar Heels have another piece of hardware. Front flipping throw from Zaid. Nasello back on it. Nasello back out for Zaid. Zaid curls around, hits it off of the defender, and our first corner of the season goes to Tampa.
I thought Nasello was going to take that one time off the volley. She had the time and the space to do it, but elects just to bring this one down and try to slip her teammate through. They ultimately win a corner kick and a great offensive opportunity here.
Bassett flies it across, punched out of there, and then angled forward. Norris got it first, Scarpelli gets the second. Mistro recycles. Flag up here for offside. We spoke with Denise Schulte-Brown this week about her group, and she talked about winning the championship, and she said ultimately in the end you just have so much gratitude for what the ownership did for the league, for the fan support, the corporate sponsorships. It was such a rewarding moment, and she said the most rewarding part of it, certainly winning that title, but having her family together. She has a son that lives in Scotland, a son that lives in Kennesaw, Georgia. Her husband, of course, is the coach at the University of South Florida, but to have everybody together with the trophy after the game, that's a moment that she'll never forget.
Absolutely, especially when your family is so spread out all of the time and you're all in different seasons of life, but also in competitive seasons with their sports. I had the chance to play with Coach Brown's daughter, Kenza, at Kennesaw, and seeing her away from her family was just as hard. And to have that moment of all of them together to celebrate in their home city of Tampa, it was so beautiful for Denise Schulte-Brown, and obviously wanting something that she wants to continue, that memory probably driving her into this season as well.
Yeah, she joked. She said it was a week-long party, and then they went on vacation. And then by the time they got back, it was ready to get started for a new season. There's really no time to rest in that area other than that little bit of vacation, but surreal that they're here to kickstart a new year in the first year under the title Gainbridge Super League, second year as a league. We didn't really know what Brooklyn might look like. The one thing that we can definitely say after about 6.5 minutes is their intensity, their energy is going to be infectious as the year goes along.
You can hear Coach Tingarhinha on the sideline saying, all together, all together. He's meaning pressing all together. When Tampa has that ball, especially near that sideline closest to us, you hear them pressing as one. First attack, pressure on the ball, and then having that cover and balance behind to not let Tampa out.
Showcased right there, but unable to hold on to it was Garziano. Listro. Garziano pressures once more. Low ball around, it gets pushed up the field. Nasello dodges that first defender, now throws on the afterburners through the middle of the field, runs in to Jordan Thompson and gives the ball away, and now Nasello comes up, hobbling. Once again, that high pressure. Take a look at Sydney Schneider. It was Ashley Orcus that started the final last year. Schneider came over towards the end of the season, had a couple appearances for the team, but gets the starting role this year after her time as the Jamaican national team goalkeeper. Norris out wide, gives it away. Zaid pounces. Zaid slingshots it across. It's headed straight to the ground. And Brooklyn just clear it to the sideline, where it's tracked down by Zimmerman. Loving. Good maneuver here through the middle of the field. That's Sam Kroger. Lays it off the left. Kroger goes down. Garziano slaloms. Loving picks it up. Glides it over at Zimmerman. Whipping it across. The header is high from Sophia Lewis, but that was a brilliant build for Brooklyn.
That was beautiful soccer from Brooklyn. You see them from all the way from back to front. The unselfishness in the play to just feed their teammates one after the other, and this ball whipped in and just over the crossbar for Lewis. She's going to want that one back, but Tampa looking on their heels a little bit. Brooklyn giving them the effort and the energy that you just mentioned, Michael. And for Coach Tengarhinia, he's going to want to be really happy about how his team is starting thus far.
Enthusiastic start for Brooklyn under the new coach. They were terrific last season against Tampa. A couple wins, both by a goal, and a couple draws. Marcelo lifts that into the air. You look at a Brooklyn team returning 6 players from last year's team. They start 3 of those 6 in this match. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay brings back 11. And if you remember last season, they had a lot of international players that took time for them to get into camp. But once they got their rhythm flowing, they turned into one of the best at the end of the regular season, jumping all the way to 2nd after hovering around the playoff line, and of course, winning the championship, taking out Dallas and then Fort Lauderdale United for the crown. That ball rolls out, last touched by Emma Loving. Goal kick as we hit the 10-minute mark of the season opener of the Gamebridge Super League. Scoreless so far between Tampa and Brooklyn. Michael Watring, Jade Barquette, and our team inviting you to come hang out with us all evening, not just for this match, but the rest of them here on Peacock. 4 matches to kick off the year.
Michael, you mentioned the returning players and the new players on the rosters for both of these teams, and that's kind of the story of at least the beginning of this season. You don't have a lot of time in preseason to get to know your team and plug in all of the information that you want to give them. So it's those new players that are coming in wanting to learn all of it, but then those returning players who have the foundation. And for Tampa Bay Sun and Denise Schulte-Brown, she has that core group returning. So she said it was easier for her to just plug in information, and she's excited that she has that core group coming back this year so they can start off quicker. But then for Brooklyn, having a new coach 17 days and then starting a game, and then all of the new players and signings, he's still learning his team and they're learning him as well. And he told us he's allowing them to just get grace.
This ball rolls down. Lewis curls it wide left. 2 great chances for Lewis in the last couple minutes.
Lewis, a player that is one new for this Brooklyn roster, wide open in the box. Tampa could not find a man for it. She tried to turn all the way around instead of just opening up her body and just missed the goal wide there. But again, one of those players for Brooklyn getting plugged in early, taking chances at the top of the box.
Brooklyn showing some goal-scoring prowess here down the stretch. Last year's the defense that buoyed their strong start to the year. They only gave up 9 goals in the first 15, but from March 9th forward, they were outscored 25-10. Tampa Bay looking to get a stranglehold here of this match after Brooklyn have seized control. This ball bounces in front of Pluck. She rolls it out wide. The cross comes in, and that is Tankersley getting a piece, but deflecting it off the side netting.
Take another look at that opportunity for Tampa. Again, they're ready to strike at any moment as well. Tankersley just inside of her defender trying to chip this one in, but too far in front of that post. She's a prolific goal scorer from the University of Arkansas who's going to be a workhorse for Denise Schulte-Brown.
Here she is on the ball, Tankersley. 23 years of age. Last year scored a goal, but was twice the Southeastern Conference's Forward of the Year for the Razorbacks. Nasello does this as well as anybody in the league. Beats that first defender, keeps the ball in play, cuts it back. Too heavy on that touch, however, as it gets cleared away. Pluck. Watches it roll out. Corner kick again here for Tampa. Just as that corner was getting ready to come in from Pluck, our official tonight, Caitlin Trowbridge, blows the whistle. So it'll be take two for Mackenzie Pluck. Pluck powers across, back post, header, guided wide. Well, that was one of the areas Denise Schulte-Brown wanted to work on at the end of last season, was the ability on set pieces. And sometimes that is one of the hardest pieces to get right when you're bringing in new players, to get that set piece, not just the attack, but the defending together to begin a year.
Set piece defending just takes a lot of discipline and knowing one another and trusting your teammates. And like you said, it's hard to earn that trust, gain that trust, and then plug that into a game type scenario with little time in the preseason.
Torrid start to this one. High press, high tempo. Hunting after this one, it's Haugen. Watching it go out. Couple shots each way so far, but Sophia Lewis have had the two best chances. Less than 10 yards away from goal. Heading the first one over, kicking the second one wide left. Kroger tosses it around, evades that first player. And then comes back and commits the foul. Fort Lauderdale United and Lexington getting ready to get started. Let's take another look at that foul.
Just unfortunate mix-up of the legs. Nothing personal there on that foul, and a great place to commit a foul if you are Brooklyn, keeping Tampa in their own defensive half.
Weather is terrific here, 70 degrees or so, windy at Coney Island. This facility also the host of the Brooklyn Cyclones, minor league baseball team. Here is Lewis. Lewis tries to bend it all the way around, unable to do so. Jamona cradles. Direct pass over the top, off of the head, over to the right-hand side. Tankersley holds. Jamona has. Jamona launches, it's rising, and the wind knocks it into the paws of Norris.
I thought Tankersley might have been offsides there. She does hold her run up just a little bit, and then Jamona with a great shot, but the wind just let the ball die in midair. Norris doing a great job of keeping the ball in front of her before it went over the line. The wind, such a factor in this game. It could help or hurt you tremendously.
Garziano takes the knock that time.
Garziano trying to hold that ball up in turn, but then just gets fouled by the Tampa Bay's Bizette.
Loving cuts inside. Loving leaves it wide. Zimmerman circles, cannot keep it in play as it rolls out for a goal kick. Select is the official matchball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com For the latest select product specials and more, select the player's choice. Well, Zimmerman taking this ball away, gets run into, but rolls it over to Schneider, who picks it up after Elgin does the defensive work. Back for Schneider here.
Okay, Jeff. Okay, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. On the ball.
Through the middle it goes. Pluck turns. Arcs it around. Zaid chases. Zaid gets there first. Beats Scarpelli to the ball. Options inside of the box. It's knocked away and out. And for the first time in this match, Tampa Bay have a corner from the far sideline.
Mackenzie Pluck with a beautiful placed ball over the top of the Brooklyn defense, finding her teammate wide, just looking again to get those opportunities over the back line of Brooklyn. Tampa Bay has caught them a little bit high in this match so far. Brooklyn wanting to be aware of the space that's in behind them that Tampa Bay is looking to exploit.
It'll be a left-footed in-swinger. Curls around, knocked away. Garziano gets it out of the box. Pluck tries to guide it back to the sideline. And back down the field it goes. Haugen chases after it. Lewis forces the pass back up the field. Listro carries it forward. She goes direct. Tankersley, the flag goes up for offside. It's well-timed communication there from the back line as Tankersley was very close to staying onside.
All of the front runners for Tampa are wanting a different look at that ball played through. They won't get it, but Brooklyn playing a high line. They're going to be super disciplined if they're going to play that offsides trap. One wrong step and one wrong move could be the difference between offsides and a goal, perhaps.
Shows something this early in the season, 20 minutes in with a new roster, that they are in sync like that. 17 days after a new coaching hire. We're just past the 20-minute mark in this one. Scoreless so far in the Gainbridge Super League season opener. Brooklyn, 2 wins, 2 draws in 4 meetings last year against the reigning champion, Tampa Bay Sun. Who gets the first goal of this season? Loving. Ball through the middle here. Sam Kroger gives it over. Breslin launches. It's Lewis. Unable to tame that first ball. Garziano gets back on it. She draws the contact, and her first booking of the season is Jordan Listro. And a really good free kick coming up here for Brooklyn.
Jordan Listro coming from behind in this play. Garziano taking advantage of the fact that Listro was behind her and the ball was in front of her, and a great opportunity right here for Brooklyn to get on the score sheet first.
First yellow card of the season goes to Jordan Listro. And now a free kick here for Brooklyn. With that wind, how does that impact the decision in this situation? Looks like Kroger is standing there. And now she's going to walk away. Really physical inside of the box. And once again, a stern discussion.
Here's going to be that set piece opportunity for Tampa Bay to show that they've improved from last year to their coach. Defending in their box is going to be so important.
Jess Garziano stands on top. Garziano rockets! And it whistles over the top of the crossbar.
And how can you not take this one for a shot right off the 18-yard box? Garziano tries to bend it in, but just over the crossbar. You could see the reactions from her teammates. They all thought that might have been going in, but a great opportunity early in this first half for Brooklyn.
That allows this pressure to turn up. Zimmerman takes it just past Lewis. There's space on that left-hand side. Otherwise, Kroger had it for a moment. Pluck tries to get it out of there. Thompson lifts it over the top, and it trickles back to Schneider. The 25-year-old picks it up. Tampa Bay have more shots, but Brooklyn have been more dangerous in their attack. Breslin peels back, gives it away though. Zaid captures. Numbers forward here for the Sun. Zaid dodges and darts and shoots and misses high.
You mentioned the danger of Brooklyn, but Tampa Bay Sun, they do have the ability to turn it on with just one pass. You saw there that they take advantage of any unforced errors that Brooklyn are willing to give up. And there is Zaid with another shot, showing that they are just as capable of scoring as Brooklyn is on the other side of the field. See all the pressure there, leading to Zaid picking up that ball. We've mentioned the discipline of this Brooklyn team and the pressure that they've put on Tampa, and that just shows the buy-in. When you have a coach that's willing to work with you and give the team grace as they grow, it gives a team more creativity and the ability to be more deceptive in and around the box, take more risks, take chances, and they want to work for a coach like that. You can see it on the field as they're throwing their bodies in front of players and taking shots on goal.
But here, it's a foul. Emerson Elgin draws the contact, and Tampa Bay now get their first turn on a free kick. And this is going into the wind. So I don't believe that Mackenzie Pluck would potentially go for goal on this one. We saw a shot from Jamona a few minutes ago that got knocked down by the wind.
You see Sydney Nasello just wide of the wall. Perhaps an opportunity for Tampa Bay to slip her in and then potentially either a cross or a shot for Nasello herself.
Mackenzie Pluck, where does she go here? Has numbers on this left-hand side. They're pointing out Nasello. They have not gone over there, however. And now we have a booking.
Okay, you have caution now, all right? Understand? First time I didn't even get a word. You're out of the technical area.
One of the assistant coaches for Brooklyn gets a yellow card. Let's see if that adjusts this defense at all. Nasello's still wide open. Pluck gives it to her. Nasello has to retreat. Trying to shake loose here. Goes behind the back, and it's well defended. And a foul on Nasello. So that is fine work there by Brooklyn, and Emma Loving to take care of that.
Loving just not allowing Sydney Nasello to turn. We know how scrappy of a player Sydney Nasello is and how crafty she can be on the ball. Loving not giving her an inch there, and going to be a matchup I'd like to see as this game progresses.
Pluck unable to hold that ball. Listro retreats. Bodies collide, no whistle, and then Garziano is taken out by Bissett, who had fallen down prior.
Bodies flying around everywhere right outside of the center circle. Just like cleats get mixed up, and then Bissett just kicks out her cleat there to trip up Garziano.
We saw Garziano take a chance. Was a few yards closer last time.
Brooklyn set up similarly to how Tampa Bay Sun was set up on their set piece opportunity just minutes ago. Looks like they have defenders out wide. So Garziano might be going more direct here, floated ball over the top.
It's Kroger lifting it to the right side. Barbieri out of her reach as it rolls out for a goal kick. Tampa Bay have scored in 18 consecutive matches. They've scored nearly 2 goals per match in that stretch, but it's a good defensive effort here so far by Brooklyn. And this is what they've done really well, this pressure. It would have been a giveaway, but it is a foul. Zimmerman the contact.
You saw it, Coach Tingarhinha saying, no, I don't think so. I don't think that was a foul. His team doing a fantastic job of pinning Tampa Bay to one side and making it really difficult for them to build out of the back.
Sam! Sam! Behind you, Sam! Touch her! Touch her!
Down the left sideline, it's knocked up the field. Pluck. Unable to get that ball around. That last line of defense. Taken right back, and a foul on Loving, and a free kick for Tampa. Mackenzie Pluck will get this opportunity. As we hit the half-hour mark of this match, still scoreless between Brooklyn and Tampa. Pluck fires it across the field. Brooklyn swing it down the park, and this one will roll all the way down the sideline. Eventually out for a throw. The Gainbridge Super League season has officially begun. Visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest info, analysis, and insight into all things Super League. Good to have you on board tonight. First match of our quadruple header in the Super League. As the defending champs traveling to Brooklyn for this matchup this evening, and Nicello is called for the foul. Brooklyn do not look the part of a team under the guidance of a coach that was just hired 18 days ago. And now will they be able to convert that into a goal? Garziano will dial one up. St. John's all-time assist leader flies this in, and it gets headed away and out for a corner kick. That time around, Hendricks got there first and put it out of play. So now Garziano will go take a corner.
Just a miss hit there by Hendricks, wanting to head that ball out and not out for a corner kick. Unfortunate, but here they are going to defend. Again, another set piece. Let's see their discipline in the box.
Garziano boomerangs only to that first defender, and it's going to bounce out once more for another corner. The wind helped that ball go out for a corner, not a throw. Garziano crosses again. Schneider has to get both paws on this one. Garziano's second ball lasers across, and it's over the head of Barbieri. Thompson. Still not out of trouble yet. Comes back out. Breslin tries to thread a needle, loses possession. And now under duress, Haugen flies it up the park for Zaid, and Tampa have struggled to get the ball out of their own end against this intensity that Brooklyn are bringing. Scarpelli, one of the returners. Foul on Brooklyn. Ball mishit, promptly given away. Too much on that pass. Zimmerman turns. Able to get it past the defense, and now Nasello can get into a pocket of space. Did this so many times last season. Rolls it down the sideline. Jamona chases. Barbieri wins the race, however. Elgin's pass gets cleared back out to the sideline. Bassett lofts, flags up for offside. Fort Lauderdale United and Lexington have just kicked off. Down in Florida, a few minutes into that match. So 2 matches currently ongoing, and Sporting Jacks and DC Power will get started a little bit after 8 p.m. with the weather, and then Dallas Trinity and Spokane Zephyr, after their dynamic finish to last season, ends our evening in week number 1 of the Gainbridge Super League season. Cello clears. Will one of these two sides be able to score before the end of the first half? Cello hammers it down the park. Once again, the wind slows it down. Kroger out of the reach, however, of Scarpelli, and out for a throw.
Mishit there by Kroger, but she has been the facilitator in the middle of the park for this Brooklyn team. One that was just telling her team moments ago, calm down when they had the ball in the back. Knowing that maybe early on in this game they wanted to press, but fitness is going to become a factor as well, Michael. As this game progresses, these teams, will they still look too high press? Will they get a little bit tired and allow teams to build out of it? Tampa here now electing to go long, maybe because of that press of Brooklyn.
In-game adjustments being made as Schneider unleashes this ball, but yet again, kind of tough to do it with the wind right in your face. A player down. Haugen gets fouled by Loving. It looks like it's Garziano. That was the one that took the contact.
Garziano is definitely going to know that soccer is back. Probably going to sport a few bruises after this game, getting taken down a handful of times so far in this first half. But such a tough player, and one that's going to need to stay on the field for Brooklyn. Bodies flying all over on that play, wanting to win that 50-50 ball out of the air. Both of these teams' identities just gritty and tough when they have the ball in possession, and also when they're trying to win that ball back on defense.
Elgin circles, crosses. Kroger knocks it to the sideline, and it has enough backspin to stay in play, but it's last touched by Brooklyn, and it is a corner kick here for Tampa Bay. It'll be their 4th of the match. Mackenzie Pluck prepares. Pluck connects across, but into the hands of Norris. Reads that ball well. has to get this ball up the field. A shove, and they do blow the whistle.
That was a great ball in by Mackenzie Pluck. Just no one threatening for Tampa in front of the goalkeeper of Norris or on that front post area to pull any defenders out.
Bissett gets the ball back in play. It rolls out, Pluck chases, knocks this ball out. Tankersley gets there. Tankersley unable to slice past, and it's cleared away by Jordan Thompson. And a throw coming. Nasello, Tankersley back for Nasello. Two defenders there, cannot nudge it past that defender. Two Tampa Bay players get there to knock it out. Pluck tries to defend that ball away from Breslin, but she unlocks the left side of the field. Not too much on that one. Down the sideline and out. Well, what's your assessment of the first 40 minutes of the season for these two teams?
I really like the aggressiveness that both of these teams are playing with. You see that they want to press high, but then once they have the possession of the ball, they want to keep it and try to build through the thirds to find players in and around the box. They're not going to go away easy. You see Tampa still on the front foot, and Brooklyn, this team with so much newness to them, are not going away in their home opener of this season, continuing to press the issue and saying, we don't care that you were reigning champions. Coach actually telling us that Tampa has all the pressure on them. He wants to go out and just do what the best that his team can do and hopefully get a win out of that.
And in the final 5 minutes of this first half, Brooklyn have a chance to get the edge against the reigning champions. Corner kick from the far side of the park. Garziano gets ready to set one up. She's actually going to leave it now for Emma Loving.
You see the wind gusting on the corner flag. It's in the direction of the goal for Brooklyn. We wonder if that could be a piece of the puzzle here for them.
Cello is over there to defend, and that ball just goes out of play, so a missed opportunity by Brooklyn, and the pressure of Nasello forces the giveaway. Up the field we go. Jamona has been quiet. Zaid trying to change that. Sprinting around. Zaid. Fine defensive work right there by Kelsey Hill, keeping pace with one of the league's fastest players. Emerson Elgin. Here comes this cross all the way over the field. This ball is angled off of one. Nasello heads, but Norris is in the right place to catch.
A great ball whipped into the box. Then off the volley, Nasello with the initial touch to bring it down and heads the ball in from her own rebound, but Norris there to collect. Not enough power on the header by Nasello for Norris to be worried about, but Tampa still threatening here in the last few minutes of this first half.
It's Jamona. Listro slingshots it over the head of Tankersley and into the paws of Norris. First professional start for Norris. She's composed herself well. Rolling for Brooklyn in the final couple minutes of this first half. Thompson tosses. Nasello right there to take it away. Pushes the ball out. Thompson again off of the redirect, appeals for a handball. Unheard. Thompson back in. Across it goes. Flown to the sky. Zimmerman knocks it down. Zimmerman again cradles. Thompson's pass goes right back to her after a takeaway. And ultimately, in the end, a lot of possession without a shot for Brooklyn.
Brooklyn showing their unselfishness at the top of the 18-yard box, trying to find the player with the most opportunity to get a shot on goal. There it doesn't happen. Tampa Bay's back line holding strong, but Thompson again winning that ball off of the rebound, trying to use the rest of the field to just reset and build up. And Brooklyn finding a way to get in and around the box so much in this first half is going to be something that they're going to keep doing in the second half, or look to keep doing.
Last season, 7 of the 10 goals scored in this fixture came in the first half. And we sit scoreless here as we hit stoppage time. 1 minute of added time here in this first half. Will it be enough for Brooklyn to break through? Thompson, after that initial bobble, rolls back out, Loving. Thompson tosses, cannot get it over the back line. And unable to get back to that second ball. Nasello can't hold on to it. Thompson quickly to the middle of the field. Zimmerman slides it back out. Breslin retreats. Down the sideline it goes. Scarpelli crosses it around, and the redirect just misses wide right on the final action of the first half.
Brooklyn using every bit of time that they have. Pure speed on this wing, a beautiful ball in, and then none other than Lewis, who's had so many opportunities in this first half, trying to redirect that one, and it just sails wide.
It is a stalemate through 45 minutes of action here in Brooklyn. But it was a thrilling start to the game with high intensity, high pressure, but ultimately in the end, neither side able to come away with a goal in the opening 45 minutes of play. Brooklyn finishes the half with 4 shots, 6 for Tampa Bay in the opening 45 minutes of play. So we'll step out here for a quick break. Halftime report comes your way when we return. The opening match of the 2025-26 Gamebridge Super League as Brooklyn and Tampa Bay scoreless through 45 minutes of play. More to come around the corner.
Picture perfect technical goalkeeping. Tampa Bay has done it!
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador, spiked bebidas.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Hearts. No two beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
Scoreless at the break between Brooklyn and Tampa Bay here in the Gamebridge Super League opener, as we now bring in Sophia Lewis to our broadcast. Sophia, solid first half of action. You put yourself in 3 great goal-scoring positions. How do you duplicate that in half 2?
We continue to organize on attack. We know our runs. We know who's getting in the box and what angles to take. We keep pushing forward. Keep being aggressive on attack.
You seem to be breaking down this Tampa Bay defense. What is the one thing you guys need to do in and around the box to finish?
I think right now we just need to breathe, be composed. Our chances are coming, and we just need to get one in or 2.
Sophia, really appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the match, and enjoy this one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That is Sophia Lewis at halftime as we take a look at the news and the notes from the Gamebridge Super League. Stella Spitzer had a great season last year, and she's now the youngest player in the history of the league to sign a pro contract, just 15 years of age. We hope to see the Croatian star Ana Markovic in the second half. She's available off the bench, second sister duo in the league for the Croatians. And then Amina Ekic, the player of the year from last season, rejoins her home state as she goes to Lexington, and that match is underway against Fort Lauderdale here this evening. Let's take an inside look at the Gamebridge Super League's inaugural season, courtesy of our friends at Front Office Sports and Gamebridge.
In the past couple of years, the growth of women's sports has been undeniable.
Walking out on the field, seeing all our fans, all those little girls screaming our name, I have goosebumps.
It's just opportunity, opportunity, opportunity.
It's well publicized that we spend more than 40% of our sports sponsorship in the women's sports space. To take a leadership role with an organization that is already even in its inaugural year, launched with 8 teams, 9 next year, talk of 10 or more in the 3rd season. They've already got an established broadcast partner.
Puts it in front! There it is!
When people are asking me, why did you do it? With all of that, you look and you say, well, why wouldn't we do it?
People are finally seeing what women can do in sport.
This is about investing in the future and the future of women.
You can stream the full documentary at frontofficesports.com. We're scoreless at halftime. We'll step out for a break. Our highlights from the first half come your way when we come back. Let's take a look at the halftime highlights between Brooklyn and Tampa. Michael and Jade back with you, and it was Brooklyn getting off to a good start, and Sophia Lewis was in and around the box early in this one. Brooklyn using this right side to their favor.
Brooklyn having so many chances. We didn't know what we were kind of going to see from them with all of the new faces, but they started right on the front foot. You saw this cross again. Sophia Lewis with a beautiful header, beating her defender, but going right over the crossbar.
In the 17th minute, one of the better chances for Tampa in this first half. It would come back out to Jamona, and she got a little help from the wind, nearly stifling Norris.
Norris not having too much of a problem getting this one out of the air, but Tampa striking from distance on this one, showing their versatility and how they can create goal-scoring opportunities.
But Norris cradles that ball, and that is how the first half comes to a close. We are scoreless through 45 minutes. The second half kick is right around the corner.
10.
Getting ready to start the second half of play here at Coney Island. Brooklyn and Tampa Bay are scoreless through the opening half of action here in the season opener for these two sides. Michael Watrain, Jade Barquette, and the rest of our team with you here for this matchup. And Jade, Brooklyn was able to get into better goal scoring chances in that first half. Now Tampa Bay will have the wind at their back for half number 2. We get one change here at halftime. It's going to be Jilly Shimkin coming in for Ava Tankersley. What are you looking for here in the second half?
I'm really interested to see if both of these teams can keep up the press that they were putting on each other. Both teams high pressing on goal kicks and opportunities that were offered to them on their back lines to build out. So I'm interested in that and to see what adjustments they make to try and finish. Brooklyn, like you said, having those opportunities in and around the box, can they put that last piece together to finish? You heard Sophia Lewis at halftime just saying they need to breathe and just take a moment to know that they're right in front of the box, putting it away. And then for Tampa, how can they get a little bit more creative to create opportunities in the box instead of taking those long-range shots?
Second half kick starts. Brooklyn pummels this ball out of play. The last time these teams met, it was a thrilling second half. March 29th, 2-2 was the final. Tosh Flint having a brace, scoring the equalizer in the 94th minute. Quickly off the restart, it's Zaid racing down the right-hand side. Zaid rockets it. It's denied by Norris. 1v1 against the back line. Zaid is denied by Norris, and a great start to the second half for the rookie keeper.
Zaid just shot out like a rocket down this right wing, had all of the time in the world. Norris off her line as Zaid was dribbling down the line. So we'll take another look at it here. You see how high Norris is, and then Zaid maybe taking 1 or 2 extra seconds. Norris in position now, guarding that front post, and then no one in the box for Tampa to collect the rebound. Scary chance here early for this Brooklyn team.
Nearly an opening goal in less than 45 seconds to start the second half. You look back at Tampa Bay's season to wrap up last year. They won 5 of their final 6, outscored their opponents 10-2. Grabbed the trophy in extra time against Fort Lauderdale United, 1-0. Cecilia Flew scoring the game winner in the 100th minute of that match. And our first goal of the season comes to you by way of FTL UTD. Daria Raji scores the opening goal of the season in the 17th minute, and Fort Lauderdale have the advantage against Lexington. It was a good goal, too. Free kick.
Beautiful, bended in, near post for Daria Raji, and such a crafty player, crafty midfielder for that Fort Lauderdale team.
Let's see if we get some of that magic here in Brooklyn tonight. Scoreless in this one, and the Sun give this ball away. It's Zimmerman taking it. Zimmerman trying to find space, unable to funnel it through the back line. Good space here for Garziano. Guides it over, Loving. Ball won cleanly by Pluck. Back along that right-hand side, stopping and starting as Thompson. Nacello captures it. Leaves it back for an outlet pass as it goes back up midfield. Pluck unable to get there. Shimkin unable to glide it over the top of Scarpelli. That ball given away. Jamona to the wide side. Here's Zaid once again. Zaid gets to the touchline, hooks it, and that ball gets punched away. It might have hit the crossbar as well as it bounces out for a corner kick.
Zaid once again 1v1 on this right side of the field. The defender doing a great job, Hill, keeping her on the outside, not allowing an angle into the box, and this one ricocheted. You saw the crossbar shake, the power on that shot. And here you see Tampa Bay Sun looking to press high off the restart of the goal kick.
And they immediately get the ball back as well. Shimkin is the target for that return feed, but it rolls out. Another goal kick coming. Coming up in about 20 minutes, Dallas takes on Spokane. Dallas, the team that Tampa Bay beat in the semifinal of last year's playoffs. Good overlap here. Haugen crosses. Norris defends her line once again. It's been a strong performance so far from Brianna Norris.
She's held the ball so well in and around her box, commanded the area. She actually had to toe poke that ball away out of her box because of the pressure of Brooklyn, and then on the back end making the save after the cross from Sydney Nasello. Both teams looking to win the ball off transition and go to goal quickly, but the back lines for both are holding insanely strong. The press, the speed and quickness of the forwards.
Jamona has it. Jamona punches another ball away, and then Norris clears it down the field. Looks like rain is leaving the Jacksonville area, and Sporting Jacks are to get started at 8:47, so that's how the night will finish up. Their first ever match in the Super League, getting DC Power to start the season. 6 new coaches in the league. Only Carolina and Tampa Bay retain their head coaches from a year ago. And Denise Schulte-Brown guiding this group, looking for a second consecutive strong season. Schulte-Brown said that this year's going to be a deeper experience in relationship and culture than it was last season. Last year, they were trying to get players in, trying to figure out how the league worked, the travel, all of those other things. And she is really big into culture and deciding on core values. It was a fascinating way that she decided for the team to decide on those core values this year.
When we talked to her earlier this week, she said that she is a culture type of coach, and I asked her, well, what does that mean? How do you instill your culture into players and teams when there's so much just turnover every year? And she said, well, number one, I want to make sure there's clear communication. This ball is cleared out of bounds, and a PK will be called on Tampa.
Let's see, is that going to be out of the box, or is that going to be right in? I think that the foul might have happened just outside of the box.
Take another look at it here. Just again, the pressure colliding the two does look out like it's going to be outside of the box, but these two teams battling it out, continuing here in the second half, and another yellow card will be issued to Tampa Bay.
Emerson Elgin is the one that gets booked. And now this is a good location and might not have to worry as much about the wind. Kroger is going to be the one that takes this. Scored once last year. It was in October. Kroger takes the breath. And yet again, we can't go through this free kick without a brief discourse. Whistle blows. Kroger hammers as it always rises just over the top of the crossbar.
We'll take a look first at the foul that caused the set piece. just bumping into one another. I don't think necessarily it was too hard of a foul, and then Kroger wanting to bend this one upper 90 near post. Just put a little bit too much on it, and it sails over the crossbar.
Ball nearly taken away by Pluck. Finishing up on the core value situation, or maybe not. Zaid has the ball now as she attacks, leaves it behind. That ball collides off of two. Zaid waits for it, goes to a knee to get it, and then she's the last to touch. So now we can talk about it.
Soccer is just an ever-changing game. You never know. But the first thing that Coach Denise Schulte-Brown wanted to instill into her team is that communication and asking questions is something that she wants to have a two-way street with. They can ask her, and she wants them to know that they can come to her about anything, especially with their mental health. Knowing how they are on and off the field is super-duper important for her and her coaching staff. And the other thing that she told us is the core values of this team. The team actually gets to pick those core values every single year. So each player contributes to them. They name which core value, a word that they would like to instill in their team, and then they have competitions in practice, and they're split into teams with different colors representing each team. And if your team wins, then you get to pick that core value for the team. You bring it, you present it in front of the team, why this would be a good addition to the core value system. And she shared some of perseverance and out in the community and servant leadership. And she said that her team just gathers around one another so well and dives deep into those core values, making them personal to not just themselves, but to the team as a whole. And it's a really fun way to just have some diversity in the core value system of each individual team, because every year they're going to be a little bit different.
Zimmerman puts the laces through it. And the first goal of the season for Brooklyn is a scorcher. Catherine Zimmerman makes it 1-0 Brooklyn.
Beautiful ball over the top. Zimmerman turning, striking. What a beautiful shot with her laces, uses the defender off her back. And she is a proven goal scorer. The fierce competitor mindset coming into this Brooklyn team from Australia. And wow, what an exclamation point to start your career here for Brooklyn FC and their home opener as a club.
Catherine Zimmerman, one of the older players on the pitch tonight, 31 years of age, began her career in the NWSL with Gotham, and then has spent every season since 2020 in Australia with Melbourne, with Western United, scored 21 goals during that stretch, and she has the opening goal of the 2025 season for Brooklyn. On just a brilliant strike from outside of the box.
And that's a strike of a player who knows their body well, knows the ball well, knows the positioning on the field well. She struck that with so much intensity. There was nothing that Schneider could do about it. It hit the side netting of the goal, and what a way to put Brooklyn up in this second half against the reigning champions just a year ago. A few months ago at that.
Scarpelli gets the assist. And now Tampa Bay trying to battle back. A team that has not been shut out in a very long time. Tampa Bay, last time that they were shut out was December 8th at Dallas. 18 consecutive matches with at least one goal. With this Brooklyn side under the tutelage of first-year headman Tomas Tengarina, he's doing a great job here on the home pitch tonight, a place that they've never won in seven prior tries. Listro, Zaid, unable to get there in time. This ball flies down the park. You have to play the wind in this situation, and Bissett does just that. Pushing and shoving against Lewis as the whistle finally blows.
There's something about this Brooklyn and Tampa Bay Sun matchup we talked about, Michael, that Tampa has not beaten Brooklyn ever in the history of their matchups. It's very interesting when you think about the two styles these two teams play. Very similar possession base, but want to win the ball off transition. That ball was direct from back to front and just layoff play. Very pretty style of soccer to score that goal from Zimmerman.
And Brooklyn now looking for a second one. Loving, overlap, circles, crosses. Pluck has it. Kroger takes it away, dodges that first, but rolls it out. And how will Tampa Bay respond now as we close in on the 1 hour mark of this matchup? The Gainbridge Super League season has officially begun. You can visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, insight into all things Super League. An exciting year it is. 100+ new signings, 20 interleague transfers, 6 new coaches, 16 academy players around the league, and new faces for the start of this season. And here a thrilling start as well, with Catherine Zimmerman scoring her first goal in her debut for Brooklyn. 56-minute strike has Brooklyn out in front 1-0 with 30 minutes to play in this match. Michael Watring, Jade Barquette, and the rest of our team with you for this matchup here this evening, and inviting you to come hang out with us the rest of the way here on Peacock.
So exciting that this league is starting up again, Michael. As a former collegiate player and a soccer player my entire life, to see leagues like this one, with giving the opportunity to players of all ages, styles of soccer, backgrounds to come and play here in the United States. It's amazing for what they're doing for women's soccer, and you love to see the development over the years from year 1 now to year 2. And I'm sure from year 2 to year 3 we'll see great strides as well, but it's amazing to see the support from each fan base for the teams and the development that they're putting into each club. It's amazing, and it's really exciting for the younger generation of players to look up to.
What was it like for you when this league was announced, knowing that there would be more opportunities to continue your career if you wanted to?
Very exciting. For a lot of players, it was either go overseas or try for the NWSL, and that's not a reality for a lot of players. And for the USL and then Gainbridge now to be announced, it was amazing for players that I played with to playing in this league and being able to watch them and support them in that way here at home. They're not having to go across the country, and which is amazing for them to have that cultural experience as well. But here right at home and allowing just fans here domestically to have a better range of women's soccer that's so growing fast in the United States.
Emma Loving across midfield. Breslin feeds it back. Brooklyn doing a good job keeping it away right now from Tampa.
It's the longest bout of possession that we've seen from Brooklyn FC. As they have settled into this game, you can see the adjustments that they've made to spread this Tampa Bay team out. And they're keeping the ball in Tampa's defensive half, just trying to pull them out. Maybe tire those legs out a little bit. We are in the first game of the season, so fitness isn't quite up to where it's going to be as the season progresses. That ball just given away.
Mackenzie Pluck is coming off. She will not be able to have a say in the rest of this match against her former side, getting replaced by Gabby Provenzano. the former Portland Thorn, comes into the match to make her Tampa Bay debut. Over the top this goes. Jamona is on. Flag staying down. Jamona hammers. Norris is there to smother.
And that's one of the chances that you take, holding a high line, trying for that offsides trap for Brooklyn. This ball just getting clipped over the top. The flag staying down. And Norris with an impressive save once again, keeping her team in this, having to extend her body fully to grab that ball. But Brooklyn, again, with that offsides trap, that high line, Tampa is going to learn how to time the runs through, and you saw it just there. But having to rely on their keeper Norris to keep them in this game. Impressive save for her in the second half.
Jamona, 8 goals last season. He's tied for 8th in the Super League in the category. And was close to getting her first of the new year, but with 25 minutes to go, Brianna Norris has made 4 saves now in the matchup. Shimkin flies it along that left-hand side. Nasello crosses it in. It's off of one. Kroger ships it out. The wind knocks it down and keeps it in play. Nasello back on it. Plays it wide. Elgin is over there. Elgin ropes it off of Thompson, and a corner kick here for Tampa Bay. Emerson Elgin heads over to take this corner. She signed with Boston Legacy, the expansion team in the NWSL, through 2027. But we'll see out the year with Tampa Bay on loan. Elgin crosses off of the first. Back to get the second. Over the top it goes, waiting over there. But the flag going up for offside. Bissett was in the vicinity, but offside yet again.
Michael, did you see how quickly that Brooklyn team cleared out of the 18-yard box to pull those Tampa Bay Sun players off sides? 3 or 4 Tampa Bay players were on that back side of the 18-yard box, but the entire team of Brooklyn had cleared the lines up higher for them to be called off sides. Again, we talked about the discipline that has been instilled in this team. And you can see that buy-in from them to do the hard work, to do those little things for big results.
That is the 6th time in this match that Tampa Bay have been offside. The synchronicity that we've seen from Brooklyn has been terrific, and we get a substitution as well. Emma Gaines Ramos, the 23-year-old out of San Diego State, makes her Super League and professional debut, replacing Victoria Haugen. Gaines Ramos, as a former Aztec, was a 3-time All-Mountain West selection. 19 goals, 25 assists in her career, and now she tries to bring some of that potency to the Sun here down the stretch. Tampa Bay is the only team in the league to return 2 of the top 10 goal scorers. We talked about Jamona. Tosh Flint is injured right now. She'll be back here shortly. And last season, 10 goals, tied for 4th in the league. And she was electric for this team once she came over from England. And she brings quite the prowess from Man City and other teams in Europe. And once she gets back, you pair her with Jamona, this is a team that once again can be one of the best goal-scoring teams in the league.
To have her out is difficult for Tampa Bay right now, but to have her in your arsenal as one of your players that you are trying to get back on the field. For Denise Schulte-Brown, to have her on the bench right now, giving her encouragement to the team, is also a plus.
Flint will be back soon. It was a team that finished second in the league last year with 45 goals scored, one off of Carolina, sense paced. They were 10-1-2 when they scored at least 2 goals. Only 2 wins in 15 tries when they scored fewer than that. And tonight, they just haven't quite been able to get that finishing touch, despite outshooting Brooklyn 9-7 in the match. And here in the 70th minute, with Brooklyn out in front 1-0 on a brilliant finish from Catherine Zimmerman in the 56th minute. It's Brooklyn 1 and Tampa Bay 0. Michael Watring, Jay Parquette, and the rest of our team with you, guiding you to the finish line. Scarpelli throws. She had the assist on the Zimmerman goal. Garziano can't hold it up.
Michael, there's still a lot of time left in this match, but you are seeing the game management start from Brooklyn FC. They know that Tampa Bay can turn it on and score a goal out of nowhere, and so they're going to want to preserve that lead that they have right now and manage the game wisely, whether that's in possession like you see or going to the corner.
This ball falls again. Zimmerman rockets another, and Schneider is there to stymie another brilliant chance from the 31-year-old.
Zimmerman not even taking a touch, just trying to shoot it. Schneider doing a great job of pushing that ball wide, but Zimmerman using her experience and awareness of where she's at on the field to take that shot one time, trying to catch Schneider off guard.
First sub of the season for Brooklyn, Annie Williams, the 29-year-old. Played in college at South Dakota State. Is coming into the game and replacing Hope Breslin.
Another new player on this roster is Williams. Looking to, again, put in the work that her other teammates have this entire game and add to that pressure.
Cross comes in. Schneider watches it go over her head, and this ball is redirected in. A second goal for Brooklyn, and it comes off of the corner. And her very first action, within seconds, Annie Williams makes it 2-0.
I don't think Annie Williams even broke a sweat before she touched the ball, and her first touch is a goal for her team. What an exhilarating moment, this ball getting crossed in. Annie Williams was not defended wide open on that back post and heads that ball in and down for the second goal in this game. First of her career in Brooklyn, first touch for Brooklyn.
What a strike that is, and what an introduction to the Gamebridge Super League. A second goal here from Brooklyn, and the reigning champs on the ropes in the opener.
Denise Schulte-Brown telling us that set pieces were one thing that they needed to work on. Being more disciplined in defending them. She said that they were one of the teams that got scored on and scored off of set pieces. And getting scored on those set piece restarts, not something that she wanted her team to have to go through. They went through it right here. And Williams, again, with the first touch on the pitch being a goal. Can't get much better than that.
2 goals down are Tampa Bay now. Will they find a response? Elgin funnels it through. Shimkin slows. Listro picks and lays it back, but there's nobody there other than Sophia Lewis. And here comes the sprint in the other direction. Williams in the middle of the park. 3 defenders nearby. Loving, Williams. Loving, twirling, getting the edge, crossing. Schneider is there to gobble it up.
You can hear the fans in the crowd getting into this match. Michael Loving over there putting in a shift against 3 Tampa Bay Sun defenders. Her and Williams were the only 2 players really up there working together on that right wing.
Took less than 25 seconds for Williams to score in her Gainbridge Super League debut. Urziano had the assist, and she has the ball now. Through the middle it goes. Options here, just out of the reach of Scarpelli. Zaid Shields for Schneider to come out and pick it up. Nacello. Can Tampa Bay find a response? Lays this forward. Listro is chasing. Williams watches it out. It's a goal kick into the final quarter hour of this match. Stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. You can sign up for the Super League newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. Over the top once again. Speculative balls in this second half from Tampa Bay. 5 of Brooklyn's 9 shots for the game have come here after the break. Well, we weren't exactly sure what we would see from Brooklyn in this matchup, but we have found out in a hurry what this team is going to be as we get a booking here on Loving. She is the first Brooklyn player to be shown a yellow.
It's always great to be the first at something, and this foul just committed late. Her momentum going into Tampa Bay, and unfortunate for Loving there. But when we had talked to newly appointed head coach Tomas Tingarjinia, he said he just wanted his team to be connected. And in these weeks prior to season starting, you don't have enough time to implement all the things that you want to. And he just really wanted his team to be connected on both sides of the ball. And you're seeing that connection in this game, Michael.
We've seen it from the defensive line throughout the match, and now in the connectivity in the attack here in the second half. Tampa Bay, remember, 71 days separated the end of their season last year when they won the championship to the start of this season. Quick window turnaround. They'll have their home opener next week against Sporting Jacks, but they start the year with 3 of the first 4 on the road. Brooklyn are making another change. Rebecca Cook, the 22-year-old out of Penn State, replaces Jess Garziano. Cook's a great goal scorer. Did so at Quinnipiac, where she led the country back in 2022 with 22 goals, 7 assists, and 51 total points. Rolls down the field. Nacello hunts after it. Getting in front of her is Kelsey Hill to win the ball. Along the left-hand side, Tampa Bay looks to get one back here in the final dozen minutes or so. Across, Norris straddles the line, gobbles it up. Denise Schulte-Brown said that they are still getting the bearings of what this year's team could look like. There's no Tosh Flint tonight, no Parker Goins. They lost Cecilia Flute in the offseason as well. She was the team's leading goal scorer, one of the best in the league. And believes that this team has the makings of a championship. And learning from last year after that sluggish start to the season, they started the year with 6 wins, 5 losses, 9 draws, and they sat that way entering April. Here's the foul whistled. And then they just finished on an absolute tear to end the season, winning the trophy. And you have that about the Super League. You play that first chunk of the year, then they step aside after December 20th until January 31st to get back into the swing of things. But it is a pretty daunting schedule. 7 of the first 10 matches of this year is on the road for Tampa Bay. And Brianna Norris, who has really showcased her talents very well here this evening, is injured. She's made 4 saves and looking for a clean sheet in her debut.
She's been so good in between the posts for Brooklyn tonight. You can see her directing, commanding her back line, as well as making saves when the team has needed her most, both in the first half and in this second half. Michael, you were talking about how Tampa Bay had started last season, and sometimes teams need to go through that first little hump of the season, finding out who they are, how they play together. For Tampa Bay, they're returning that core group that they had last year, so they were hoping to curve that learning curve. But looking like they won't do that here tonight, but you need to go through those hard things to figure out, A, how your team can respond to those and turn them into comeback wins, or start off on that strong foot and don't let the other team come to you. From the start, Brooklyn has been on the front foot and firing from the first whistle, and they have never let down. I was questioning if the fitness aspect was going to take away from the fact of maybe they can't press, but they have not let down, let their foot off the gas pedal once in this game. And for Tampa Bay, they're going to need to learn how this group responds to adversity.
Of the 11 starters tonight for Tampa Bay, 8 were returning players. Tack on a 9th with Mackenzie Pluck playing for Brooklyn last year. Experienced group in this league, but they trail 2-0. Kroger gets the free kick after Norris is taken care of. Sam Kroger fires it across, nearly off of that first body. Nasello guides it forward. Headers flying everywhere, and finally, Williams had the final save before it rolls to the ground. Zaid chases after it. Scarpelli tries to get the angle and will do so as Zaid just hits the deck. I go back to that first 45 seconds of this second half when Zaid had the breakaway chance and couldn't beat Norris, and then there was another chance a few moments after that she hit off the crossbar. Had 2 chances to try to make it a goal to start the second half, but Norris was in the way of both.
Zaid was definitely the spark plug of this second half for the Tampa Bay Sun. She's had those breakaway moments, she's had those shots on goal, and she was in a dead sprint here and just collapsed. Hope that she is okay. She's getting looked at by the trainer right now.
Zaid, who Denise Schulte-Brown said is the most explosive 1v1 player in this league. Slow to get up, and she is not just a player that can handle things in the run of play, but she is one of the potent pieces that they can bring in quote-unquote set pieces because of her somersaulting throw that she's able to provide to the team.
If I could do that, I would. It is so cool and such a great tactic to have in your back pocket. You just saw there, you can put the ball in the box from almost anywhere in that defensive half for the other team. One that I'm sure she's practiced for a very long time.
And her shift is going to come to an end here. Hannah Keene is replacing her.
Yeah, just tough to see her walk off the field gingerly. Hope that she is okay. Such a bright spot for this Tampa Bay Sun.
No new goal scoring anywhere else. Fort Lauderdale United still holding the 1-0 edge against Lexington, and Dallas and Spokane are through the opening 10 minutes scoreless. And they're a couple minutes away from Sporting Jack's first ever collision in the Gainbridge Super League against DC Power.
Here, fight, fight.
Brooklyn are preparing a couple changes here. Caitlin Zimmerman is coming out. Na-Young Shin and Anna Markovic are both coming into the match. Zimmerman had that goal right at the 56-minute mark. Thompson is also coming out. Kroger will get another free kick here. And now Kroger is going to get a yellow card for delay. And now she rolls it to the middle of the field. Loving. Markovic turns. Back down the field. Jamona gallops after it. Norris is there to pop it down the park. Bodies again tangle up. This time it is a foul on Shin, who spent last season with Lexington, 15 appearances there. And now joins this Brooklyn side that, at least for a few minutes tonight, are going to be the only team atop of the table. You definitely don't want to overlook things at the beginning of the season. You don't want to overanalyze where things are at, but this Brooklyn team off to a really good start to the season, and they'll only get better as they continue to add pieces and develop their relationships as they go through the year, just having about 18 days together to be able to put everybody on the field.
What a fiery performance that they came out with. Their personality seemed to infect one another. As one would make a tackle, the next person would be right there behind them, and you saw when the subs came off the field, they were hugging one another and telling each other good job, and it just shows the connectivity that this team already has.
Listro got to that ball but couldn't keep it in. Tomas Tenkarhinha said that he watched the majority of these Super League games last year. He said that there's things that you're going to fix over time, But sometimes you just have to get the pieces together to move forward within this year. And he spent a lot of time thinking about how to get this thing better. The DNA that they want to have within the team is winning. So that's the #1 thing that matters the most for this group. And once players that share that same feeling here this year. And so far, so good. In the 90th minute, leading 2-0 and looking to be the first team in the last 18 to hold a clean sheet against the reigning champs. Nasello, Listro, not fouled. Nasello gives chase, clear to the middle of the field, brought down. It is Elgin. Elgin cuts back. Elgin off of a defender and swept away by Loving. Scarpelli was down for a moment, holding the back of her head, but she's back into the play. We're hearing 7 minutes of stoppage time in this second half, so there might be enough time for Tampa to make a run at this thing if they can get a goal.
Williams scored in 25 seconds of being on the field. Anything can happen in 7 minutes.
So Scarpelli is now going to have to go off the field. Confirmed 7 minutes of stoppage time. The head injury. It's an immediate stoppage in that situation, and Scarpelli is going to be sent off. The assistant referee is pointing that out to Caitlin Trowbridge. Now they make the adjustment. It is 8 minutes of stoppage time as we get halfway through the first minute. Do we hear 9?
Referee just doing her due diligence, making sure the players are safe. And this is her #1 priority.
Scarpelli waved back onto the field. You see right there. Well, Brooklyn not concerned that much about holding possession, just trying to get the ball away. But this foul is committed by Markovic. Sets up a free kick here for Tampa. Low liner barely makes it to Jamona. And a slide tackle out. Given away. Off of the restart. Loving slingshots this ball into space. It is Markovic after it. Schneider comes out. That was an alert play there. Otherwise, Markovic was in on her own.
Markovic was off to the races there. Schneider coming out of nowhere, way outside of her box to make that clearance. A great call, risky move, but great call by Schneider to come out and clear that one away from Markovic, who had time and space with a 1v1 battle there.
This ball thrown through the middle of the field. Again, Brooklyn all over these entries. Listro turns. Nasello was the target. Scarpelli intercepts that. Nasello unable to elude. Scarpelli fires it through the middle. Late defending here from Brooklyn. Here's Listro. Trying to find an answer. There was room there on the run in the middle of the field. Instead, it's Nasello wide. Nasello around Scarpelli. Nasello crosses it, hits the first. Jamona is there. Jamona punches it in. The margin is sliced in half. Tampa Bay have a goal and are within 1 in stoppage time.
Michael, I said there was so many things that could happen in 8 minutes of stoppage play. Sydney Nasello doing what she does best, taking players on 1v1, beating her defender. And then there was a little bit of a clearance. Jamona wasn't defended well in the box. Puts this one away, and Tampa Bay within 1 of Brooklyn. Norris unable to get her full hand on that.
Carly Gimona, 8 goals a season ago, including in the semifinal, the game winner in that 2-1 victory. Last season, Tampa Bay 6 wins, 2 draws. They did not lose when Gimona scored. If they're to keep that rolling along, they need a goal in the waning seconds of this one. Masello unable to dart around. Instead, it is Markovic. 2 defenders near her. Dodges the first. This ball all the way across. Rolls back for Schneider, so not enough time on possession. Schneider wants to go fast. Final couple minutes here. Mayhem at the end here near Coney Island. Markovic heads that. She hits the deck. Listro. Right back for the captain. She gets kicked in the foot, and now they do blow the whistle. Scarpelli is going to be booked as well. Into the 96th minute now. Here's Nasello, the championship game MVP last year with an assist in the 100th minute. It might not get there tonight, but she throws this ball in. Gimona just past her foot. If she could have held on to that, might have been another chance. Instead, time will bleed off the clock now.
Brooklyn going to take as much time as the referee will allow them to get this ball in. Looking like they're going to be out of the back. They will press everybody forward. Smart decision there to clear the ball up out of their own half.
Listro nods it forward. Nasello guides it along. Good use of the shield. Scarpelli fires it out. Listro takes fast. Nasello had it for a moment, but gives it back. Scarpelli intervenes well. Last touch by Brooklyn. Nasello takes the quick throw. Turning is Keene. Keene fires across. Timely header. Nasello back on it. Misses the first 2. Holds on to another ball. Darts in. Still has it. Nasello slaloms around. Failed clearance. Ricocheting off of bodies. It's Keene on it. Keene arcs it in. Not enough to get over the top. Guided back along by Gaines Ramos. Kroger tries to get it out. Keene holds on. 98th minute. How much more time will be left in this one? Bassett whips it in. Away, but only as far as Keene. Keene rolls it. It takes a couple rolls, but right back to Norris to pick it up. No need to go quick here at all for Norris. She's going to push everybody forward. And after using as much time as she could, boots it to midfield. Markovic cannot get the ball, and now we get a whistle and a foul. Rebecca Cook gets a yellow card. Final chance here for Tampa Bay to make something here in the end. Flag is up for offside. That's the full-time whistle. The defending champs are upset here to begin the season. Brooklyn take out Tampa Bay. The final score in this one is 2-1. They've never lost to Tampa Bay as they get their first win on this pitch since they opened it back in March. Quite the performance tonight and a thrilling end to this one, Jade.
A lot of chaos in and around the box at the end of this game, but Brooklyn holding strong. And first-year head coach Tomas Tingarhinha just showing his personality and what he wants his team to be made of here as this game went on.
Tonight's Save of the Game is brought to you by Cashable, the home of socially responsible credits. And this was a big moment in this game. It was a breakaway for Jamona in the 64th minute, and Brianna Norris made a save.
It was a great way for Jamona to get on the ball. She hadn't gotten on the ball a lot in that second half, and Norris just making her body big, extending it all the way out to her right side, almost a snow cone of a grab to maintain the shutout at the time for her team.
Brooklyn get their first home win at Miamides Park. They hold off a late surge from the reigning champs. 2-1, the final. We'll tie a bow on our coverage when we come back. Stick with us. For the first time in club history, Brooklyn win on the home pitch at Miamides Park. The final score tonight, 2-1. Michael Watring, Jade Barquette, and our team back with you as we bring in the opening goal scorer tonight, Catherine Zimmerman. Catherine, congrats on the win. Walk me through what you saw in that banger of a goal to start the night.
Thanks. I don't know, it kind of happened pretty fast. I just felt like I could turn and sort of knew where the goal was, and yeah, just got a good strike. But it was a good quick play from Leah, so appreciate that assist.
Coming into this game, we didn't really know how this Brooklyn team was going to look coming out. What would you say is the identity of this team?
We have a few words that we're like kind of sticking behind for the season, but today I think it was just togetherness. I think it showed from our back line to the midfield to forwards, like from the bench, like we were just so together. You could just feel that energy, and I think that was super special, and that really helped us today.
Catherine, congrats on the win. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brooklyn take the victory 2-1 as we recap the night in this one. And we start with this performance on this left-hand side. It's this header from Scarpelli, and what a one-time hit from Zimmerman.
Great finish by Zimmerman. You saw in her interview, she said it all happened kind of fast, but just that veteran mentality to strike it, knowing where she was on the field, allowed her team to be up 1-0 at that moment.
That was in the 56th minute. After a couple chances from Tampa Bay on breakaways that they could not score, we go to the 71st. And Annie Williams gets subbed on. She gets a hug, maybe breaks one bit of perspiration before she gets on the field, and 25 seconds later, she scores the second and the game winner.
I mean, what a way to make an impact for your team. She was totally alone there on that back post, steps up and makes the diving header to put her team up 2-0. And maybe she broke one bead of sweat.
We go to stoppage time. And finally, this Tampa Bay crew were able to break through. The reigning championship MVP gets a little benefit of a bounce, and Jamona puts it in.
It almost looked exactly how that goal was scored in that final game in the championship. Cindy Nacello taking on the defender on the wing, cutting inside, slipping a ball in, finding her teammate who rockets one in on that near post. Norris trying to get a hand on it, but couldn't get her whole paw, and this one brought the game 2-1.
After being unbeaten last year when Jamona scores 6-0-2, Tampa Bay lose in Jamona's opening goal of the season, and the Tomas Tengarhinha era is underway. Very well for Brooklyn. A 2-1 victory to kickstart the Gamebridge Super League season. The reigning champs start the year with a loss. For our entire crew tonight, and my partner Jade Barquette, I'm Michael Wattring signing off. More action to come on Peacock in the Super League. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.